Many things have happened, but the most recent, what technically got the last group the Iranian people needed to rise up truly against the entire regime was the Bazari. So, who are the Bazari? I will explain. They are the traders. They are those who own stores because in Iran you don't have a lot of chain stores. So it's a lot of private stores, and it's the people in the bazaar. This word I know is used in many countries. They hold the country economy in their hands, sort of. And with the decrease of value in the currency, in the Iranian currency, the extreme drop within 1 year, it was dropped 100%, going from now the changes are, they say a lot of like different things, but it was 100% drop to explain that. So the it was no longer it's no longer livable even for the Basri people, even for the, let's call it, the rich of normal people, those who are not with the regime. And they took to the streets. They closed their shops and they went on a strike. That's how this uprising started. But it was very quickly turned into a full-on anti-regime protest already on day one because their chants were very clear. And one of the main ones are, this is the final battle, Pahlavi will return, which is pointing to the dynasty, the monarch dynasty previous to the Islamic regime, and the crown prince in exile. So the people are asking for, they're demanding to have human rights. They don't have that under the Islamic regime. They don't have, when I'm not just talking about equal rights between women and men, the laws are, I'll tell you small things because I think they show how it's representative of the level this regime goes to. Men are not allowed to wear shorts, the same as women have to wear the hijab, right? But in the current climate, Iran does, more than 50% of the Iranian population lacks drinkable and clean water. That's out of about 90 million people, more than 50% lacks clean water. They don't have money to buy a loaf of bread every week. So when we talk about the economy, we're not talking about, oh, they don't have the money to live a luxurious life. No, they don't have enough for their basic needs. They basically put their lives in their own hands, and they risk facing not only beatings, not only being imprisoned, but also the death penalty. Because a very common fake accusation that the regime puts on people who protest against the regime is being a spy for Israel. So they easily are put to those they get those charges and they are executed. Then they're also executed on the spot. They are killed. The protesters are being met with real bullets. Some pellets, but some of them are being killed with real bullets. I would argue in any situation, the most oppressed will always be the first one to speak out. So definitely, even though men also are oppressed under the regime, humans in general, and any living being is oppressed under the regime, the most oppressed are females because they are the second-class citizen. They are not counted as actual human beings who can think and decide for themselves. They are quite incapable unless they do have male family members or partners who will support them in that. So the reason we also see that females have stood up is because they have male partners and family members, Iranian men, who stand beside them and support them. They are by law not allowed to get a job unless the husband signs off of it or their father. Um, Same goes with studies. Yet, and I want to point this out because I think it's so important to understand the difference between the people of Iran and the regime, is that although by law they are not allowed to study and the men could say no, we have a higher percentage of females attending universities in Iran than we do have males, because the men go to work so that the women can get educated. Um, Personally, I've been in exile for 21 years, and today I saw a post on Instagram. A friend of mine wrote in Persian, something along the lines of, in this moment, I feel like the little kid who's on a road trip with their family, and you keep asking your parents, have we arrived? When will we arrive? And it feels like 21 years of waiting to arrive to that moment. I feel hopeful. I feel very, very fearful and scared for my countrymen and for the people of Iran, and of course also my family members and friends, because this time everyone is out and everyone is talking about getting out. So I feel fear and I feel excitement. I have a lot of hope because I see the shift in the world, and I see the shift in world, not only world leaders, because that, of course, that's the main, but I see the shift in the world population. I see Arabs, I see Israelis, I see Americans, I see Swedish people, Danish people, Belgians. I see everyone. They are standing up and they're talking, they're speaking up for not only the Iranian people, but also for the downfall of the regime, because everyone has become aware of the danger this regime poses to the world. I'd say tradition and culture wins. I say unity wins. That's where we draw strength from. And I would say history wins over ideology every single time. The Persian and the Iranian, the ancient Iran that Iranians are so proud of, that's our history. That's our heritage. And I would argue that that will win over ideology every single time. And to never let one ideology, one singular ideology, or even two, fester in your countries. Because once they fester, it'll take generations to clean it up. I want to say we are at a pivotal moment, because this is something I want to say to the Middle East and North African viewers, everyone who's in that region. Okay, we need unity within us, and I'm hoping that we can rally behind each other for the downfall of the regime, so that a free Iran can make a stable region possible, for us to work together and be strong together again.